Long time no see. Thank you for clicking on this video. Yeah. Guess what, guys? I'm not in California. I thought I would be, but I'm not. I wasn't able to meet my fundraising efforts. I'm still here. I'm upset about it. I was very much in tears yesterday, but a good friend of mine kind of talked to me about, making peace with my father and not having to actually see his body, because we know a body is just a vessel. Although me being his only child, I did want to represent him and have that closure, which I might not never get. But I don't want to say I'm okay with it, because I'm not okay with it fully. And I've been going through the motions ever since he passed. Denial and shock and anger and sadness and crying uncontrollably. Like different phases of my grief. The past 2 days were okay. I kind of had a good 2 days. And then I seen my father's obituary, and I kind of felt like that was the reality that like hit me in my face when I seen him. And that obituary crushed me, to see his face, to see his actual name on the obituary. It was kind of surreal. So it's like songs I hear triggers me, like little things start to trigger me and I start to melt down. And let me put you guys in a different angle. So yeah, I haven't made my bed. Don't judge me. Don't come for me. But yeah, this isn't a regular video. Like, I'm not, doing an intro or nothing like that. Whew, excuse me. I'm just basically, doing like I usually do. Pick up a camera, say how I'm feeling. Video diary, if you will. Because at this point, sometimes I'm just basically learning how to be alone with my thoughts, learning how to not always having to get someone's opinion on something, just saying out loud and talking to God and praying, if you will, and just, this is the thing. I know that the funeral would have made me very uncomfortable, because I didn't want to have a funeral. I wanted, like we had previously talked about with my uncle, I wanted it to be just a ceremony, like a memorial. And he was supposed to be cremated. So I didn't want a big wake and funeral, but that's what he's having now. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I can't really say anything because I didn't pay for it, and it was not mine. It's none of my concern because it wasn't my doing. Basically, me being so far away, I don't think I'll be able to get his remains either. I wanted to get some and put it in a little piece of jewelry that had a little bit of his remains in it. My cousin has been very helpful with trying to save stuff for me, and she's gonna send me all the pictures and papers and stuff like that to remind me of my father. But I just wish I could have went down there, because I don't know if I'm like punishing myself, thinking, you know what, you should have stayed in California, even in Nevada. Even if I was in Nevada, I would have been able to drive 7 hours back there. It would have been no problem. I would have just been driving back. I feel like if I would have drove over there, I probably wouldn't have came back. I don't know. It's just not. I'm not able to do it now because that would be a see 21-hour drive. Okay, so it was 15 hours to get here, and before that was 7 hours. So, people were saying, "Why don't you get on the bus?" I don't. I can't do the bus. That's 2 whole days of being on a bus and 2 more days of, taken away from my family. So, it just wasn't an option as far as transportation. But people are gonna say, "Oh, get over it." I can't get over it. That was my dad, clearly. What's hurting me the most is the fact that I didn't get a chance to really spend time with him growing up, and that my kids are not going to get a chance to see their grandfather or experience their grandfather. That is what it meant the most to me. And it's just a closure of a lot of things. It's a closing of a family, it's a closing of a generation. He has two brothers left, and I have two cousins on that side. It's very small. And besides all of our kids, it's just them. So I told my cousins we're going to make an effort, make a conscious effort to talk to each other and not just because of the funeral, call each other, text each other, just check on each other. And I think everybody should do that, if you're still alive. Check on people now. Check on people. If you're not a telephone type of person, if you can't call them, text somebody and say, hey, I just wanted to see how you were doing and just checking in because life is too short and you just never know when it's your time. My dad was 61 years old, so he was calling me. Clearly, I'm not answering that. Sorry. Yeah, I don't really have a purpose for this video. I just like to keep you guys in the loop with what's going on. And I feel like it's therapeutic to talk because I don't want to just be thinking in my own head, having emotions, having bad thoughts in my brain, and just being alone by myself. My husband's at work, my kids are at school. So I just feel like I'd rather talk to you guys because I wouldn't want to do anything unhealthy. The only unhealthy thing that I feel like I'm doing is I feel like I have the urge to spend money, so I'm not gonna do that, like on stupid stuff like going out to eat. And so I've been eating a lot. Like, not eating like that, but I feel like comfort food. Mm, where some people they grieve and they don't eat. Like me, I'm worried, so I was eating. I wasn't eating all day, and I would never eat to you know, overfill myself or be full, but I just noticed when I was sad I would be eating. So I'm watching out for that because I'm getting ready to switch from I think it's a little bit of the fact that I'm grieving what I'm getting ready to do in the next couple days, which is be totally vegan, which I haven't been totally vegan. I've been okay with vegetables and stuff. I've been okay with, almond milk, but I didn't completely cut out meat. I didn't completely cut out cheese. I'm not only am I completely cutting out meat and cheese, but I'm cutting out carbs, which is kind of I'm thinking in my head like, can I do this? If I cut out carbs, that means I can't have potatoes. And I'm thinking in my head, that's the least I can do is have potatoes if I can't have meat or cheese. So yeah, I'm thinking that's why I'm kind of like splurging right now. It's because I know I'm not going to be eating this crap anymore. So that's a whole nother lifestyle change that you guys, if I start vlogging and I'm really cranky, that's probably because I'm eating rapid food. But yeah, so pray for me, guys. It is what it is. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if this vlog is all over the place. But that is my brain. My brain is all over the place. Like, I'm constantly thinking of things to do, and my husband had to tell me yesterday, like, sit down. You've been up all day. You haven't really ate, and sit down, go eat. Or he'll remind me to like go do stuff that's not normal. Like he'll remind me to go do things like sit down. Or yesterday I spent 2 hours blowing up a whole bunch of balloons for this balloon arch for my nephew's birthday party. And the whole time I was, ripping and running, doing errands. I never sat down maybe until the end of the party. So he was like, babe, sit down. So I feel so agitated in my spirit. It's just not something that I feel like is going to go away. If you made it to the end of this video, you're a trooper. Thank you so much. I'm sorry if I'm babbling. Hit that emoji on the bottom of this comment section. I can't think of an emoji. Just put hashtag healthy living, because at this point that's what I'm trying to do. Mind, body, and soul, healthy living. Thank you for listening to my rant, and I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Peace.